Hey guys, Simon Bryson here, and today we're going to break down the top 3 investment apps when it comes to investing for beginners. And even when you're not a beginner anymore, you can still use these apps because basically they're solid and I still use them till this day, but they're very simple and that way you can understand everything about them and how they actually work. And in this video, I'm going to cover the cost, the features, and then show you a brief little tutorial on the app, how I use it, and also my investments inside of the app. And by the way, I post videos on this channel every single day about finance, about apps, about everything money, basically. So make sure to also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And on top of that, also destroy the like button. Now, the very first app is actually Acorns, and it's an app that I actually started using back in December of 2018, so almost a full 2 years now. And I started with around $7.80, and today I have around $27,000 invested into this app, into this one app. Now, the basic idea of Acorns is that it allows you to invest into a portfolio made out of ETF stocks and also bonds based on your risk level and your risk tolerance. So in this case, if you want to be very risky, you'll put all your money into ETF stocks. And if you want to be more conservative, you can put like 50% into bonds and then 50% into ETF stocks, and that way you're more balanced out. Now, when it comes to the cost of Acorns, it can cost anywhere from $1 to $5 per month. It costs me only $1 because I'm not going to pay for extra features that I don't need. Now, the idea is if you just want to invest into a portfolio, that's $1. If you want to, for example, also invest and get a debit card, that's $2. If you want to invest, get a debit card, plus get a Roth IRA account within Acorns, well, that's another $1. And now they have a brand new feature that basically, if you want to invest, spend money, save for retirement, and also save money for your newborn kid or your just regular toddler kid or whatever it is. The idea is you can start saving money for them and investing money for them into an account. And once they become adults, you can transfer it over to them. And if you ask me, that is pretty cool. And that feature cost is $2. So in total, it's $5 for all the features. But again, I only pay $1, and $1 for investing is enough for me. Now, just to show you guys exactly how the app works and the features inside of it, I want to show you guys a little tutorial here. So here's the app right here, Acorns. And when you sign in, basically, it's going to tell you good morning, good night, good afternoon, and tell you exactly how much money you actually have. And right now, I have around $26,976 actually invested as my portfolio value. And the idea is, as you guys can see right here, you have the invest for your future. That's what I do. That's $1 a month. You have the later account for retirement. And then you also have the spend account if you just want to get, for example, a debit card. However, the cool thing about the debit card is that when you use it, you can use it in any ATM nationwide in America and not have to pay an ATM fee. They give you the money right back into me. That's pretty cool. But when you go, for example, into invest, as you guys can see right here, it's going to tell you your portfolio. Now, a portfolio right now is called moderately aggressive. Now, when you click moderately aggressive, you can actually change your portfolio into 5 different options. Now, mine is basically 80% stock ETFs and also 20% into bonds, whether it's treasury bonds and also corporate bonds. That's how I do it because basically I'm younger and I don't want to risk all of my money, but I can take a lot more risk because again, I'm younger. However, if I was super conservative, I can go all the way down to conservative and put literally almost all my money into bonds if I wanted to, okay? That's the idea. Now, if I want to be moderately conservative, I can put some money into stocks and also money into bonds. But again, this is a lot more conservative. And you can go all the way up to, if you want to be very risky, you can go all the way up to aggressive. And all you're going to have is stock ETFs. And that is about it, okay? If you ask me, that's too risky for me, and that's why I don't do it. And I like having bonds because basically with bonds, you get paid every single month. On top of that, guys, okay, with Acorns, if you want to, you can set up round-up features. So basically, if you have a debit card, every time you spend money, they round up to the next dollar and use that spare change to invest it for you into your portfolio. And if you ask me, that's pretty cool. On top of that, you can also set up recurring investments. But most importantly is this, guys, okay? One thing you do need to know about Acorns is that basically, you can see right there, I have dividends, right? But the idea is, Acorns does not allow you to take that money it basically reinvests the money for you, and that way your portfolio can actually grow a lot faster. For me, that's a benefit, but I'm telling you in case you're not into that. I actually like it because that way my portfolio keeps growing faster and faster and faster. And another thing that you have to know is that basically, although Acorns only charges you $1 per month like they do me, eventually once you get to $1 million in portfolio value, they will charge you 0.25%. Now that's very standard in the industry. However, until you get to that point, you don't have to pay a single dollar. And even once you get to that point, you can just transfer everything over and go somewhere else if you don't want to pay any fees whatsoever. But again, that is very standard. And for the average person, it's going to take you around like 40 years to actually get to that $1 million mark. But again, it's pretty cool if you ask me. But, oh, and by the way, guys, I almost forgot. Another thing I like about Acorns is that basically, if I ever have a question, I can email them. Or for example, I can always call them directly during working hours and talk to a real life person about my investments to make sure everything is going on track to what I actually want to accomplish, okay? And to me, communication, online communication, and also one-on-one communication over the phone is very, very important. But overall, guys, as a whole, Acorns is more for people that basically want to invest money automatically and not worry about making trades and just have their money grow at a predictable rate every single year. That is the core idea of Acorns, and that's why I like using it so much, because basically it automates the whole thing for me and I don't have to think about like, hey, do I want to buy this stock or that stock? The answer is no. With Acorns, everything is automatic and also pretty simple if you ask me. And by the way, just so you guys know here, although my portfolio right now is around $26,000. When I first started out, I wasn't kidding. I started out with $7.60. So again, you can start with $5 today, $2 tomorrow, whatever it is. But the idea is starting somewhere is more important than never gonna start because you don't have enough money. $5 is a lot of money when you start investing over time, okay? So just keep investing, keep investing. And now the second app is actually called SoFi Invest, and I actually do have their debit card. However, their debit card is pretty cool because basically I can be anywhere on planet Earth and basically use an ATM and not get charged a fee because basically SoFi covers everything. And to me, that is an awesome feature. And on top of that, their debit card is actually free to use, and that way I don't have to pay an extra $1 a month. And that's awesome if you ask me. However, the investment app is pretty solid. It lets you invest into fractional shares. On top of that, it also allows you to make free trades. And if you ask me, that's exactly what you're actually looking forward to. And it's also a very smooth experience. So when you actually sign up for SoFi Money, as you guys can see right here, it's going to show you your portfolio value and also if you're actually green today or red today. And the idea is when you invest for the long run, eventually it averages out. So don't worry about like, hey, today is red, today is green. The answer is it doesn't matter. In the long run, you will have an average return of 7% if you actually are investing, for example, into an index fund like the S&P 500. And they do have ETFs right here on this app for that also. Now, as you guys can see, when you have the app, you can scroll down and it'll show you like, hey, here are my investments, what I invest into. And by the way, I only have 3 investments. Everything else is because basically when you guys sign up, I get $75 worth of something and you also get $75 worth of something else. So in reality, I got $75 worth of ZM, which is like Zoom, and also Lyft. But these are not companies I actually invest into. So I will be selling them and then I'll be putting that money into my actual investments, for example, into Delta, VA, or VNQ. And by the way, VNQ and VA are just ETFs, and those ETFs come from basically from Acorns, my Acorns portfolio, and that's why I also have them over here. But the core idea is, guys, okay, once you have this app right here, if I wanted to basically go into Amazon, and right now the market is open, if I wanted to buy Amazon right now, and I wanted, for example, to invest $5 worth, I can go ahead right now, look, right now, review, and I can click place my order. And right then and there, I just bought $5 worth of Amazon. Whatever I want to buy, basically, I can buy right then and there. And that is the cool thing. On top of that, it didn't charge me a single dollar to actually do that. It's also free. However, that's not even my favorite feature about SoFi. My favorite feature is that basically, if you want to, you can directly contact a financial advisor to get advice, not just about finances on your account and everything like that, but also on getting employment for you. And to be honest, right now in the industry, in my opinion, SoFi has one of the best customer service in the entire industry. And that's why I actually like using the app because one, the experience is great. The app works great. It's also free. It doesn't cost you any money. And that's why in this app right now, I'm probably going to start investing the bulk of my money. And another cool feature is that basically, if I have money in my debit card, I can transfer it over to my investment account instantly without having to wait a day or two. No, it transfers instantly, and that way I can start investing right then and there if I want to. However, one thing about SoFi is that basically, as you guys can see right here, I have $7.08 in dividends that actually got paid out. However, usually I don't want the money in dividends. I just want to reinvest it. And right now, they don't have a reinvesting feature. So in the future, they'll probably have one, but currently right now, they don't have one. And to me, that is a con if you ask me. But overall, it's pretty solid. I like using the app, and it's also very smooth. It's also free. And by the way, guys, if I were you, I would just sign up for all of them, and that way I can just try them out myself and see exactly which one I like the most, because again, it's all free and it won't affect you in any way. Now, the last app is actually Robinhood, and Robinhood is by far one of the best apps when it comes to investing. And it's basically because Robinhood was one of the first companies. So in reality, they had a huge first time edge on every other company, because again, they were one of the first ones to actually offer no commission trades. And by the way, with Robinhood, you also get a debit card, and the debit card is also free. However, you have to sign up for a waiting list, and it might take a month or two to actually get it, because again, they're still rolling it out. But in reality, I think it should actually just like roll it out completely right now. But you know, right now you have to sign up for it if you actually want to get it. Now, another cool thing about Robinhood is that basically, if you wanted to, you can actually buy fractional shares of companies also, like the other apps out there. Now, this feature also is not fully rolled out, but it will be rolled out soon. And I do have the feature because again, I did sign up for it. So for example, if I wanted to go out there and buy some Apple stock right here, as you guys can see, I can actually click trade, can click buy, and then basically buy, for example, $5 worth of Apple and have no problem whatsoever. And that is the entirety. If you ask me, that's pretty cool. And that way you don't have to wait until you have like around 360 bucks just to buy one share of Apple and get started investing. On top of that, when you actually trade, you can trade instantly and you don't have to wait until trading times, because basically in some apps out there, for example, like M1 Finance, when you actually invest, you have to wait until trading times, and then that's when they actually make the trades. However, with Robinhood, the price you see is the price you get, and if you ask me, that is pretty cool. And another thing about Robinhood is that basically they also give you instant deposits, meaning that, for example, if you want to invest right now, and you want to transfer the money from your bank and you don't want to wait until it gets there, Robinhood will give you that money right then and there. You can actually go ahead and invest it without having to wait until the deposit actually comes through. And that's the cool feature that I actually like about using Robinhood. On top of that, the last thing is this, guys, okay? Overall, Robinhood is by far one of the pros when it comes to investing, because again, they have been here for a long time, but I don't like that basically right now currently they don't have a call customer service. You can't really call them and see exactly what's going on with your account. On top of that, you can't really build a custom portfolio like an index fund if you actually want to. You can't do that. But overall, that's about it. I do like Robinhood, and when you sign up, you also get one free stock. And the entirety is this, guys, okay? If you don't know which one to pick, the idea is if you just want to be passive, just pick Acorns. If you want to be more active, pick SoFi, or for example, Robinhood, and then use just both of them to see exactly which one you actually like the most. Right now, I use Acorns and also SoFi Money the most when it actually comes to investing. But overall, guys, comment down below and let me know which one of these three are you actually going to try. And when you sign up and you get a free stock with Robinhood, comment down below and also let me know exactly what stock you actually got, because last time I actually managed to get a Microsoft stock, and that's actually pretty rare, and I want to see exactly what you also get. But overall, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Also, destroy the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you're notified in terms of the video. And also follow me on Instagram, Ty Bryson. And before I go, if you want to watch another video on my entire stock portfolio and what I invest into, well, here's that video right here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace.